who would be the speaking rep for breakout room 1, and we'll have breakout room 1 go over it, and then either everybody can demo it and get into it if they want to. That's the beauty of this setup, or we can watch one of the breakout room 1 people demo it. So raise your hand if you're breakout room 1 speaker. All right, Kellen. Sweet. So unmute. Tell us what you did.
So we did a reverse lunge.
Cool.
The mass is just going to be our body to start.
Yep.
Our distance is going to be the distance it takes to step back and then come back standing.
Okay.
And then our time is the time it takes. So we're just going to go 1 second.
Down, 1 second up.
1 second back up.
Sweet. Cool. So let's decrease the power output, shall we? What are we going to do?
So decrease power, we could just go in a half distance in our lunge.
Yeah, so let's talk about this for a second here with the lunge specifically. The beauty of the lunge. So I can create potentially more distance. If I go from standing, I can create more distance by stepping further back, or I could create more distance by not stepping as far back, but going deeper down, or I can do a combination thereof, right? So we just need to understand the nuance of the lunge, right? We can do both and, or just one.
Sure, right.
Okay, cool. So that's a great way to reduce the power output by reducing the distance. Okay, what else?
We could decrease the speed. So
slow it down.
2 seconds down, 2 seconds back. Yep,
cool.
And we could use, I guess you could use some sort of resistance band or something that would support.
What about just this?
The mass.
Just this.
Or yeah.
Right.
The wall
just
support.
Take some of my mass off by putting my hand down on something, right? To remove some of my gravity's effect on my mass, right? Perfect, beautiful. So obviously I know that you guys know how to increase the power output. I actually came in when you guys were talking about that a little bit. So we'll high fives, Y5s. Good job, guys. And then we'll go into who's the spokesperson for breakout room 2. Hand raising. Anybody? Breakout room 2. Oh, Jimmy? No, you're breakout room 3, aren't you?
We were
room 2.
I think we were 3, Jimmy.
Yeah, I know you were 3. What? 2? Bueller. Who is 2?
Were we in 2? I don't know. I didn't look at the screen.
Yeah, I didn't look either, but we also didn't choose a speaker. So
okay. So Beth, do you want
to talk other than me?
Yeah. So Beth, do you want to break it down? I'm muting. Oh, sorry.
Okay, there I go. Sure. I think we all talked about a variation of different moves. We did mention the lunge as well, the forward lunge. But since that was already demonstrated, we could talk. Marlon mentioned the press, like a shoulder press.
Yep.
So we can discuss that.
Hey, you guys want to see something awesome? Look at that. Baby kettlebells for my little. Yeah, that's tight. So I'm going to use the baby one, if that's okay.
That's great. So yeah, it's the press. Of course, the mass would be how heavy the bell is. Yep. And then the distance would be how high you go. If you do a half, if you do a 1/4.
Careful, Marcus is watching.
Right, I know. This is why it came up, because we were talking about last week. And of course, the speed in which we how long it takes us to get up to whatever range we've decided.
Yep. 1,000, sure.
Exactly. So if we were doing a nice slow press or taking it to, increasing the power output, we would do something more of like a push press or something like that, where the entire body might have to be involved. So increasing, any of those.
Here, so let's stop right there, Beth, and break that down a little bit. Okay. So if we add lower body to the movement,
Right.
That changed the movement.
Right. It makes it, the power output would be totally different. Yeah, it would be a
Exactly.
different
So
move.
now it's not necessarily my shoulder, my tricep doing the movement. So
It's the bottom. Yeah.
Exactly. It
Right.
changes. I mean, not that it will still assist,
Right.
but so then I would refrain from adding lower
Creating
body
the
if
push-press. Yeah.
exactly, if the goal is to get the shoulder more stable, the scapula more stable,
Right.
the triceps stronger, right? All of
Gotcha.
those things that are working to. So we want to just focus on that movement. But the same thing goes with when you start doing explosive push-ups coming off the
Right.
ground and stuff like
Right.
that, right? It kind of changes how the body
What is all
dynamically engages
involved.
to create movement, right? So just being aware of those variables are good.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, but I can go faster, right?
Right. Without utilizing the upper body or the lower
exactly.
body.
As long
Correct.
as I don't lose quality, right? If I
Right.
come out of form, whatever, again, that's also changing the movement.
Exactly.
Changing it to maybe something injurious, but still changing it nonetheless, right?
We don't want that.
Nope. Okay, cool. So, and that's increasing power output. What's
Right.
another way that I can increase power output?
Changing the mass, of course, and making a heavier, getting away from the baby. That's right. So that would definitely increase the power output.
Yep, sweet. And so again, a lot of times people will think about slowing it down as increasing the power output.
Right.
But in fact, it's decreasing the power output, but your time under tension, your volume has now gone through the roof. So that's
Right.
where we get shaky and fatigue. And also slowing it down forces you to see all of the little mistakes that you skip with speed, right? All of the less stable parts of that push position, right. Whether it's on the concentric or eccentric. So I don't say it reduces power output in that it removes the value of the movement when you slow it down. But it just depends, again, what's the adaptation? What are we trying to drive at? Right? Everything should be driven from the final result desired, not from just giving something arbitrarily to somebody to move, right?
Right. Yeah.
Beautiful. Awesome, Beth. Great job.
Thank you.
I think that was actually breakout group 1. So we did 2 first, then 1. That's all good. Okay, so 3. Speaker. Jimmy. Cool. I'll unmute you. There you go, bud.
Okay, awesome. We came up with med ball depth drops with a 10-pound ball, or just to start with.
So talk me through the movement or show me the movement of depth drops. I'm trying to picture that in my mind's eye.
It's okay. Just imagine there's a second Jimmy up here, and he's laying down on the ground, and I'm gonna stand on this box, right? So this is a 15-pound ball. Sorry. So let's just pretend that Jimmy's still up there. This is a 20-inch box. We're gonna start with just the normal depth drops. If you wanna, are we going to increase to increase the force?
Okay, so then what Jimmy on top is doing, he's dropping the medicine ball, and then Jimmy on the bottom then has to catch and receive the medicine ball to the chest. Okay.
Correct.
Okay, cool. I hopped in your group, heard depth drop, didn't know what exactly you were talking about. If you were talking about actually jumping off the box and
got it.
Right, doing a depth drop that way, and then holding a medicine ball, but now it makes sense. So I get it. Okay, cool.
Okay. Yeah. So just exactly. So if you wanted to, I guess, increase the force, you would go to a heavier ball, or stack another box on top of this, and now
so it falls further.
The bottom Jimmy has to toss a little bit higher. To increase the power output there.
Oh, so you're catching, and then so it's not just only eccentric; it's eccentric and concentric.
Yes.
Right.
Yes,
cool.
sorry,
So catch, chest, press. Gotcha. Cool.
Right.
Got it.
And then
awesome.
Yeah. I guess to decrease, you would just go to another way to increase it, Aaron. Would you be able to go to a lighter ball and just go faster?
Yeah. Throw it harder.
Just throw it harder.
Same mass and go harder. Right.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, just go faster.
Cool. Yep. 100%. Okay, and then now, because this is literally the first time I've ever heard this particular movement, and again, I've taught this a ton of times, so this is awesome. Okay, so talk through reducing power output.
Reducing power output, you would just go to a lighter ball, right? So we have a 15 and then we had an 8-pound ball here. So you would go to a lighter ball